Let's be honest. How many rape victims are on stage right now? There's at least one, right? All the streamers are on stage talking about how they want to help people and make people happy, and everyone starts applauding, and then the camera just pans to the audience, and this guy is just there. The fact that he's on the main floor means that he was specifically invited. Twitch is so fucking corrupt. Half of the people on this floor are actively shitting on this kid, calling him a terrible person, and now they're applauding whilst he's nominated for a fucking award. These people have no principles. I remember when that Mischief shit went down, the second Micro and XQC had this big back and forth beef. And then a week after, they went to TwitchCon together in matching couples outfits. Now, in my mind, I look at that and I think, clearly they both knew the Mischief stuff was coming out, and then preemptively scripted a bunch of fake drama and profit off of it. When the Atriox deepfake situation went down, Cutie Cinderella was on a live stream crying her eyes out about how terribly women are treated online, which is an opinion that holds a lot less weight when she's snuggled up in a blanket next to fucking Aya Higa, who, if you didn't know, actually covered up a rape. On top of that, she fucking invited Mischief to come to the stream. The Minx DMs or anything at all. Minx required express permission to come sit on the main floor, which means that she literally fucking asked Mischief to come to the stream awards and sit on the main floor with all of the same people who shitting on her for covering up a rape. These are awful, awful people.
Not only are these women not consenting, somebody is profiting off of them, and they're not consenting. Crazy.
That's rich coming from
That's all Ludwig cares about, profiting.
Do you have consent when you watch people's YouTube videos on stream? Do they consent to that? And you do profit off that, don't you? Minx is a Twitch streamer who basically got successful for being a cloud chaser, and she also got dropped by all of her friends because after the streamer awards, she got drunk at a party, which prompted Cutie Cinderella to publicly blast her for being a filthy drunk on social media. Minx is supposed to be Cutie Cinderella's best friend, by the way. This led to Cutie Cinderella making one of the most unintentionally funny tweets I've ever seen in my life. You were drunk before the after party. I almost had you thrown out of the show because you were yelling and making everyone uncomfortable. Completely. This is the best part. I've tried everything with you. Rehab? Everything.
7,
What a fucking
8,
bitch, man. You can think of one more example? I've done so much. Rehab? Everything else. That list of things Cutie Cinderella has done for Minx. Rehab? Everything. Cutie Cinderella has done so much for Minx, you can only give one very vague example. I mean, I shit you not, that is like almost verbatim a line from Breaking Bad. This is what I find so funny. It's almost verbatim a line from Breaking Bad, where Walt is like trying to manipulate Jesse into staying in the meth game.
All the people that we've killed, and the rest.
Cutie Cinderella also said that Minx lied about having a seizure, only to then later walk that one back and claim that she might have had one in the ambulance, even though she specifically details a moment where Minx goes limp and unresponsive.
And brought up a nice burr on that. Now I'm just taking it off.
Limp with the intention of making it harder to kick her out, you know. Some other stuff.
Cutie Cinderella is.
Laying on the ground, limp,
I shouldn't even know who this human is. But
you don't think maybe that was the
I think
bitch?
Bungie might be right.
Cutie Cinderella claimed about Minx didn't happen. The people she said Minx was trying to drown denied it. She said she was there the whole night. Turns out she wasn't. Even despite all this, she still virtue signals. I've done everything in my power to help them, but now I have no choice but to cancel them on Twitter because that's going to cure their alcoholism. Even XQC was like, I don't really think she's done anything. I'm just thinking, how can we help Minx? Realistically, how do we stop alcoholism?
I need to know when to stop drinking.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Because I was thinking, like, kill a kid now until it sorts itself out, but now you said that, I feel like a fool. Basically, my take on this is pretty much that Minx is damaged goods. Kind of nobody's to interact with her anymore. Her career's on the decline, but she still has enough clout to cause trouble. So I think the Cutie Cinderella's trying to get her to die sooner. I understand detaching yourself from an addict, but I can't understand putting them under massive amounts of public scrutiny unless you wanted them to kill themselves. You don't understand streamers like I do. I know you watched Ludwig say streamers are people too. Streamers are fucking barely people. If you think that streamers are people, they'll stab you so hard in the back that you'll be shitting blood for a month. Their whole lives are dedicated to the Twitch stream. They're always talking about a Twitch grind. Why would they have relationships that don't directly benefit the Twitch stream? And if they are friends with someone, they're doing it because it benefits them. And when it no longer does, there's no point in being friends with them anymore. It's been documented for years. Like, tons of streamers said that Pokemon refuses to interact with people unless it directly benefits a Twitch stream. Twitch streamers don't have friends. They don't have relationships. They have determined that happiness is derided for a successful Twitch career. You have all these people in chat that worship you. Why have real friends with pesky things like thoughts and opinions that don't line up with yours when you could just have obedient followers? Basically, the goal with Minx is you convince a good portion of our audience to fuck off. And you've probably already seen videos of people saying watching her is enabling her alcoholism or whatever, which is retarded. People enabling her alcoholism is enabling her alcoholism. And those people who leave are more likely to go to Cute Cinderella because she set herself up as like Minx's best friend. Twitch promotes backstabbing. It is beneficial for you to jump on cancellation attempts because you gain their power. It's like Highlander. For example, if XQC disappeared, his audience would just vanish. They're more likely to go to the next top streamers. It's why you have all these streamers jumping to cancel Miskiff, but now it hasn't stuck. They just kind of have to pretend that they did because they can still benefit from networking with it. That's why they all promote this like fake positivity bullshit so they can hide their lack of principle behind saying, oh, Miskiff? Oh, he learned and grown. He now knows rape is wrong. At 30, I feel bad for Minx because I saw an interview with her and she said she started Twitch because she was lonely and had no friends. So that means that all of her best friends are these fucking vultures and she has no support structure behind the scenes. So she's fucked. She'll be dead within the year and Cute Cinderella will have some fucking fake, like, crying stream. Oh, Minx? Minx is dead? Oh, man. Oh, that's rough, bro. She's dead. Oh. Why, Minx? Minx, why did you have to kill yourself, Minx? Why did you have to kill yourself? I can't help you out of this one, buddy. But let's be real here, folks. Minx is also to blame. She did a stream seemingly from the depths of hell.
Raising an ice burr.
Shit fight with Nick Dorio, who wants all the crazies off the internet because he hates fun. If I had my way, all the crazies would be out of the asylums and on the internet. I think Nick Dorio is getting too big for his britches, in both a literal and in a metaphorical sense. I think it's about time Nick Dorio took a dirt nap. Who's with me? He tweeted out, Americans are soft. But to be fair, she's got a point. Every country has their downsides. In the UK, the women are ugly. In America, everyone's soft. And everywhere else, they shit in the street and beat their wives all day. It's like choose your weapons. You want an ugly wife, a controlling wife, or a dead wife. Or adversely, you can collect them all. If you collect a dead wife, you don't pass go, and you go straight to jail. Unless you're an NFL running back and live in California, in which case you don't. That's an OJ joke. We still make them here. We've been doing them since 1995. Let's just move on. Let's just move on with our lives, honestly. Subscribe to the channel right now. Do it!
Great Bungie video.
The KFC anymore.
My internet has been so bad. There we go.
And all this raw entertainment had one purpose in mind.
It's one of the few things that I've done that's not by money. I love it.
This is for a good cause.
We're here because of some great charities that I've been wanting to talk about.
None of this was to put money in anyone's pocket. It was to put on an entertaining thing to raise money for charity.
The Creator Clash also donated a lot of their proceeds to charity. I'm not exactly sure how much.
Over $1 million for charity. So
Charity is such a good excuse.
Are we good going to charity?
Yeah.
yes.
Is there like a payday in the future you guys are working towards?
No, not really.
And now you guys do it to help other people?
Yeah, you can't do your get the bag fight. Sorry, Phil.
There's no money for charity.
Shake them tits. Hi, yes, we're $10.
I just want one day of my life for someone to give me an excuse to shoot them. Is that an extreme opinion?
And I know you're gonna watch Creator Clash. I know you're gonna watch it. Or you're gonna pirate a charity event. Then I'll see you in hell.
I'm the person who advocates for black people all day, every day. Like, I know that's my life. We are going to remove every fetus for every child, and every child that does not have a fetus, we are going to see.
I heard a joke once. Man goes to doctor, says he's depressed. Life seems harsh and cruel. Says he feels all alone in a threatening world. Doctor says treatment is simple. The great clown, Pagliacci, is in town. Go see him. That should pick you up. Man bursts into tears. The doctor.
Horrible.
I am Pagliacci. Good joke. Everybody laugh. Roll on snare drum. Curtis.
Oh boy, how far can one man fall? At this point, it's biblical. From N-word sayer to IBS shit sprayer. My god. This is the last one. This is the last video on this guy. Unless he kills himself. In which case, baby, I'm back. As it turns out, Creator Clash was not the sustainable direction.
Unfortunately, he didn't even reach the break-even point, right? We're $250,000 in the red. This has been financial fucking catastrophe for me.
I clocked that 2 months ago when they said they hadn't made any money for 2 years.
Yeah, you mentioned you guys start earning money again. Are you guys not earning anything right now?
No,
Oh, cool.
we have not earned money for the past 2 years.
He made a video addressing the whole thing, and a lot of people were wondering why he ever did this publicly. Naturally, he says it's because he's trying to be good and honest and moral and shit. It's actually because one of the charities contacted him before he made this video and asked him where the money was. So he was just trying to get ahead of the drama.
There's a lot of boxing events
Smart.
where no money goes to charity at all.
Yeah, he
Like this
also-
one.
I like how he's
Yeah.
still trying to virtue signal. I know we've totally failed as an organization, but we've still got the moral high ground. Well, that's great. That'll pay for my daughter's chemotherapy. I know it's hard for you, but this really isn't the time to be grandstanding. You've just lost $250,000 worth of charity money. There are terrorist organizations that have achieved less than you have here today. Idom seems to be a chronic narcissist. Even in a video when he's admitting total failure, he can't help bragging and stroking his ego.
It was a lot of entertainment, and you know, a lot of good came out of it. A lot of people had unforgettable experiences, and it will be a highlight of their lives.
I can almost guarantee you that this event won't be the high point of anyone's life. Shut the fuck up. I think he knows deep down that he's pathetic, so he tries everything in his power to put himself above everyone else. He starts the video off by pretentiously exclaiming that he has to tell the truth because this is the moral pathway he's chosen.
This is the path that I chose, so I think it's best to be transparent.
When in actuality he had no choice. Then he relentlessly brags about the event, saying that it was so good and cool that, despite its total failure, it's made so many people's lives better. Then he starts shit-talking.
Yeah, creators, rich creators.
There's a lot of boxing events where no money goes to charity at all, ever. There's not even the chance that it goes to charity.
I look this clip. The lack of self-awareness. What's the problem? What's the issue with other events not raising money for charity? You just got done crowing and crying about how people enjoyed their time, and that's worth it. Are you saying that nobody can enjoy themselves in an event that isn't yours? What a fucking prick. Idoms, you have to humble yourself. Your wife has an OnlyFans. You're not entitled to this much ego. It's not just Idoms, and Issa can't help with the ego either. The event fails. She owns a third of the company. The accountability is on the table. She's nowhere to be seen. Vanishes off the face of the fucking earth. Accountability? What is that? Can I shove it up my pussy?
Maybe you should have been in the video he made and take responsibility alongside him. That's probably why people get confused. Then he had to fix it by streaming for 24 hours, and you were barely a part of that.
I've literally never been in any of Ian's videos on YouTube ever. I also was there moderating and helping Ian by giving him whatever he needed / calling and talking to keep him awake. I also cleaned up everything, etc. Someone had to care for responsibilities in the home / stocks.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying? Oh, she cleans. She's cleaning everybody. You bitch. You fucking bitch. You're in the squirrel videos. You're in every one of his streams. After she took to Twitter to virtue signal about how she regularly checks in with all the fighters. Verifiably false.
Another crazy one with me. We also found out that she had only sparred like 3 times before fighting.
That's horrible.
I have direct contact with every coach we work with. I know what every fighter's expenses look like. I have regular check-ins to make sure everyone is taking it seriously. No one's making a bag off of CC.
I got told by one of the fighters that their professional, heavily vetted coach couldn't even get him in sparring. It seems to me that Anissa does not do the things she says she does. I think she checks in with a very small number of fighters like Gad and Marisha Ray. But that's just because they go to the same gym. This is how Creative Clash is run. There are 3 owners of Creative Clash. Anissa owns a third, Idubs owns a third, and Mike Lenardi owns a third. I think what happens is that Mike is...
I just love the iDubbbz being iDubbbz Joma now.
I also think he was the sole reason why the first one was a success. The first one was uncertain territory, so I think that they've had Mike run most of it. However, after the first event, Anissa starts thinking she's an expert event manager, which is something she does all the time. She's a perfect example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. I know iDubbbz takes credit in his video, but to me, the logic of if we spend more money, we'll make more money, doesn't sound like iDubbbz. It sounds like the logic of a woman who claims that ISIS doesn't exist because her dad is a Muslim and he's too kind. I think she comes up with these stupid ideas. I think Mike advises her against it, but she doesn't listen. And iDubbbz will always take her side, and so Mike just gets completely overruled. Anissa has beaten down iDubbbz over years to act as the perfect little lapdog. But he only ever entered this state after she had divorced him from all of the things that gave him enjoyment. First, she convinced him to stop making content content by threatening to leave him unless he stopped making them. Ironically, now she realizes that content cop was the only thing that makes him relevant. So after convincing him to stop, she's now trying to convince him to start again. Then she convinced him to move out of the state, getting away from all his family and friends.
How are you guys doing? I know you moved to Seattle.
Oh, God.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, Seattle though, like, I'm super happy he was willing to move, because, like, I'm Canadian, he's from San Diego, so I feel like it's like a compromise.
What makes this transition
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that Anissa almost broke up with him because of fan harassment.
Someone took a third photo of me and Ian from way far away, and Ian had his arm over me, and the top comment in Reddit was, "What is that massive piece of shit under his arm?" Had like thousands of like upvotes.
800.
And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. People actually almost successfully ruined Ian's, like, just ruined our relationship with shit like that.
We almost saved him. We were this close. And this actually used to be the simp. When they first started dating, iDubbbz had a friendly relationship with an Asian girl on Twitter, and Anissa felt so insecure and threatened by this friendship that she changed her entire appearance to try and mimic the Asian girl as closely as possible. This is just one of the many examples showing how deranged and insecure Anissa is.
You know, because each fighter gets a $20,000 stipend. Any of the fighters can attest to the fact that fighting in Creator Clash is not a financial boon in any way.
So what's the allure of doing a boxing match like this?
iDubbbz can spin as many narratives as he wants, but the one thing he'll always have going against him is his idiot wife, who is so addicted to attention that she's already made many public contradictory statements about fighter pay. Alyssa claims that the fighters made a minimum of $20,000, which was amended to a higher amount after the fight. One of the fighters told me, DMs, that they received a percentage cut of the ticket sales, which was capped at $95,000. So the fighters did not get paid $20,000. John Morrison, who was fighting Epic Mealtime, was very open that he was only doing it for money, which sort of destroys the whole personal sacrifice narrative.
Now, what I'm willing to do to show you how dedicated I am to charity, I'm willing to donate the rest of my purse to charity, as well as my portion of profits from ticket sales and pay-per-view sales that all the fighters are splitting.
Notice how neither of them ever say fighter pay. They say fighter stipend, which is some fuckery legal term. I watched a video from the Dose of Buckley who says that $20,000 is too much money for training considering their performance in the ring. What the Dose of Buckley doesn't know is that IDOM's coach is the Michael Briggs. And he charges $100 an hour minimum, okay? But it's worth it because he's fought two whole amateur MMA matches. The funny thing is that Sam Hyde is actually more qualified to be IDOM's coach. I don't have the context, you're just going to have to trust me. But I remember Anissa talking about Mike on stream, and her logic for why he was like a really good coach is that he went to the same gym as Mighty Mouse. So in her mind, because he went to the same gym, he's as good, if not better, than legendary UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson.
Aside from putting your streaming career or your YouTube career or TikTok on hold while you're training,
this is total horseshit. You could absolutely still make videos. These guys all have editors, or at the very least they can afford them.
It is incredibly hard and physically/mentally draining to train and spar while also keeping a regular upload schedule. Trust me, it's why every creator slows down when doing a boxing event. People are training for hours 5 to 6 days a week sometimes, getting beat down.
Imagine doing like 5 hours of work a day, semi-regularly. Really spoken like a guy who's never held a job. This is going to blow your socks off, IDOMs. I make videos. In fact, I make videos more frequently than you do. And I work 8 hours a day because I have a job. I watch more, I go to the gym for 2 hours a day. I know, that's an unbelievable commitment. I'm basically a Spartan warrior. This is a story that's never come out. A lot of people know about it, but no one's leaked it before me. The original headline fight was supposed to be IDOMS versus Greg Paul. And this was all set up and going ahead, but IDOMS cancelled the fight because Jake Paul was going to be Greg's cornerman. And for whatever reason, IDOMS did not want Jake to be at his event. So he cancelled the entire fight.
Why would you do it with Jake Paul's dad and then expect Jake Paul to not be there?
Take over the company. And that's what he's referencing in his video.
But yeah, additionally, another thing that's, been eating at me is that someone is trying to take over Creator Clash. I know that sounds like, the plot of a video game or something, but it's real. And it's been taking up a lot of my time, so hopefully I don't have to talk about it in the future.
The guy trying to steal the company is Jake Paul, unironically. That's actually
that's funny.
Really likely touches on buying out the hotel, which, by the way, cost $100,000.
Well, we see Jake Paul's commitment to boxing, or at least staged boxing.
Paid for their flights to Florida, and you know these fuckers went flying coach. So that's like what, $2,000 each if they paid for a return flight, and the event brought out their Florida palace for $150,000, so they had a place to stay. These creators had nothing to do with the event and weren't associated with the event in any capacity. Examples of these creators include Hassan Piker, Frogan, Jax Films, Dennis, Gus Johnson's friend, that guy that made the Ching Chong Hanji Poliwong Patang Yang Chicka Bang.
I just did this event to hang out with friends.
Multi-millionaires had to be paid to show their support for a charity event.
That speaks truth.
So Anissa could talk to her favorite Twitch streamers.
If we didn't
Put this back in the water.
I don't think we would have had nearly as many creators show up to show support. And our pay-per-view numbers actually...
Okay, that's it.
It's shocking that didn't work out really, because for darn's sakes, Dennings was there. You've heard of it. Dennings, the biggest female political streamer. You'd think she alone would bring in like 50 million people. Think about this literally. You had less viewers and more invited streamers. If anything, they actually lost you viewers. If you hadn't invited these people and run parties, you actually wouldn't be in the red. I know you already know that. The gala was a creator-only party, and this had a message in the group chat telling fighters to not invite too many non-creative
That's
guests.
smooth.
They didn't want to feel too uncomfortable hanging around the scum-fucking public.
Yeah. Let's see if I have paper.
But wait, there wasn't just one gala, there were four. I was told there were another 2 or 3 influencer parties, each having an open bar. Based on Cinderella's after party costing $50,000. These sorts of things tend to be quite expensive. It's not impossible that they spent more than $200,000.
That's pretty bad.
They spent a minimum of $50K on the public gala. The hotel cost $30K. They hired a comedian Troy for $20,000 to do a 10-minute comedy set.
Get the fuck out of here. And they earned like $20,000.
They also had Getty Images doing photography for them. Then there's also security and catering costs. This was a minimum of $50,000 of charity money wasted because I just needed 4 separate influencer parties to work through the trauma of this fight.
He did the fight, and then I went to bed. I got the shit kicked out of me by Dr. Mike, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up. The hotel
Oh,
was
that's
empty,
like smooth.
And then I got on a flight and traveled 5 hours with my face completely swollen.
Well, that's it.
And I was like, that was cool.